Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. My screen is clear, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start with this unit number 6, with applications of machine learning. And in the first lecture, we have seen one of the application called as email spam and malware filtering. So for these two applications, actually we use machine learning. So we have seen how machine learning can be used to filter out the malware as well as detect whether it's spam or not spam. So obviously this is a very important application, and nowadays we have been using it, but we don't know that machine learning plays an important role in this. So we have also seen that how the naive bayes algorithm is very useful algorithm of machine learning to detect the email spam as well as the malware filtering. So obviously the Bayes theorem, which describes about the probability of event based on the prior knowledge. So we have got the formula in such a way that the data is P of A, what we want to predict, P of B, data that is to be collected, and rest is what we know about the past observations. So beyond this, the naive Bayes algorithm, one more algorithm which can be very much useful as far as the email and spam filtering is concerned is the RNN, that is recurrent neural network. So obviously, the both these algorithms, they do not try to understand the context of the language, but they find out the statistical relationship between words, words to determine whether the piece of the text belongs to the certain class. So this is how we have seen the first application about email spam detection as well as mal filtering. And then we started the second one as an image recognition by machine learning algorithm. Here there are two different applications we can study. Is one is image recognition and the other one is speech recognition. So one dealing with images and the second dealing with the audio data. So as far as the image recognition is concerned, it has been by far the most important application which is used in self-driving cars, where you can identify the places, logos, and people, objects, building, and several other variables in the images. So there, the image recognition is by far considered to be most important. Actually, this image recognition is nothing but it's a part of a computer vision, which is used to process to identify and detect the object or the attribute in the digital video or images. So in the coming future, we'll be seeing the image recognition as a very routine kind of applications using machine learning algorithm. The computer vision is nothing but a broader term which could be useful for gathering, processing, and analyzing the data that is received from the real world. This data is a high dimensional and produces numerical or symbolical information in the form of decisions. So as we know that there are tremendous amount of data that has been around you, that may be with the help, that may be through the apps, that may be through social networks, websites, or it may be mobile phones having the limitless digital images and videos. And henceforth this image recognition it becomes a very important applications, and machine learning plays a very important role in it. So the major step is to gather and organize the data, but as well as to produce a predictive model that is used to recognize images. So how it is recognizing? Similar way as if the brain recognizes the images. Similar, exactly similar. So it is nothing but it actually mimics the process of the brain. And the computer perceives an image which may be a raster or the vector image. So there are two types of images which has been captured. The raster images is sequence of pixel with discrete numerical values for colors, and the vector images is set of an color annotated polygons. So there are two ways of understanding it. The computer actually processes the images in two forms. So one is a raster and the other one is a vector images. Then Now to analyze the images, the geometric encoding is transformed into construct depicting physical features and objects. So now in order to analyze, you have to transform those images into some other form. Yes, that is going to be the by far the most important thing, because you cannot process the image as it is. You need to transform it. So how you're going to transform it? There are different ways of transforming it. Like you can see from the example that there is an input image which has been pre-processed, so you can see a very clear picture. And then in order to transform, we are going to handle the features, different features of that image, so through which we can apply to the HAR algorithm, HOG algorithm, SIFT. So you can get the features. So there is a feature extraction, feature construction, and feature selection. And then these transformed images are then given to the learning algorithm. So where we can use different kind of machine learning algorithms like SVM, random forest, ANN, KNN, and all those things. And then we give a label to the detected image, whether it's cat or it's not a cat. So that's where the classification part comes into the picture. But here the main part is about transforming. So in order to analyze these images, we need to transform them into some or other forms, that is depicting physical features and the objects. These constructs can be logically analyzed by the computer. Organizing data involves classification and feature extraction. So that is what the organization part includes. The first step in the image classification is to simplify the image by extracting important information and leaving out the rest. So that is nothing but pre-processing. Example, you can say that below image, if you want to extract the cat from the background, you will notice significant variations in RGB pixel values. So if you want to just identify whether that particular image is a cat image, you have to remove it from the background image. However, by running an edge detector on the image, we can simplify it. So edge detection, you can do it. You can still easily discern the circular shape of the face and eyes in these edge images. So we can conclude the edge detection retains the essential information while throwing away non-essential information. So first of all, I'm going for an edge detection. Okay. After the edge detection, then we can recognize the circular shapes of faces and eyes. And that means the most important information is first collected and the non-essential information is rejected. That is the way of understanding the characteristics of that image. So important information is detected and the non-important information is thrown out. Some well-known feature descriptors are like Harlech features, introduction of Viola and Jones, histogram of object oriented gradients, that is HOG, scale invariant feature transforms, and speeded up robust features like SURF. So these are some of the feature descriptor techniques that can be used to apply it on the image. We will learn how classification algorithm take these feature vectors as an input and then outputs as a class label, that is cat or not cat. So obviously going to the classifier, we need to have the feature extraction. So those feature extractions can be extracted with the help of the features, with the help of some kind of feature techniques, like that may be the HOG, SIFT, SURF, etc. And then it is given to the classifier. So the first part is your image. Okay, the first part is image. The second part is pre-processing. Third is the feature extraction. For that thing, you're going to construct, select features, and then going to feature selection process. And then you're going for these features will be given as a feature vector to the input of the classifiers, and then it will be detecting it as a cat or not cat. Before classification algorithm can do its magic, we need to train it by showing thousands of cat and non-cat images. So obviously classifying the image as a cat, or it may be not cat, you need to have trained that model with thousands of images so that it can identify whether that is cat image or not cat image. That is nothing but your image recognition. But for the image recognition, just doing that feature extraction and then giving it to the classifier, and classifier will simply classify it, it's not going to happen. So how it is going to happen? Obviously, it has to be trained. The model has to be trained with number of images that may be of cat and non-cat. So simply it can differentiate between cat and non-cat images. The general principle in machine learning algorithm is to treat feature vectors as points in high dimension space. Now, mostly what is going to happen is that when we are going to apply these machine learning algorithms, then it will treat the feature vectors as a points in the higher dimension space. So if you are going to have these feature vectors, then we are going to see them as a higher points in the higher dimension space. Then it tries to find the planes or surfaces that separate the higher dimension space in the way that all examples from particular class are on one side of the plane or surface. These are numerous algorithms for image classifications and recognizing the images, such as bag of words, support vector machine, face landmark estimation for face recognition, and KNN logistic regression, etc. So there are different classification algorithms. So there are different classification algorithms that are being applied here. But for that thing, what we have to do is that when we are been inputting these feature vectors uh, to the classifier, at that time we have to take into consider that we have to take into consideration that it should treat the feature vectors as points in the higher dimension. So how that is been possible? That is mean the separating the higher dimension space in that way that all the examples of a particular class are on one side of the plane or the surface. That is how it is going to be differentiating, and then we apply to the classifiers. While the above two steps takes up the most important effort, this step is to recognize images now pretty easy. So all this, the last two stages are very important. That is the feature selection, and then which has been given as a feature input vector to the classifier. So now what is going to happen is that the most important two steps take a lot of efforts regarding recognition of the recognition of the image, and then it becomes pretty easy. The image data, both training and test, are organized. Training data is different from test data, which also means we remove duplicates between them. These are the routine steps. This data is then fed into the model to recognize the images. And when we have find the images of a cat in our database of known images, which has the closest measurements of our test images. So what is going to do is that the trained images and the test images, it is going to find the closest points so that it can recognize it very easily. All we need to do is train the classifier that can take measurements from new test images and tell us about the closest match with the cat. Running this classifier takes some milliseconds, and the results of the classifier will be cat or non-cat. So rest of the things is just to matching up the things. But the most important is, you know, that the feature extraction plays a very important role in this. So after image recognition, we can go with the speech recognition also. So to recognize an image, there are some steps which had to be followed. Similarly, there are steps which has been followed for the speech recognition. For image classification, for image recognition, there is a straightforward things that comes into the picture is I'm having an image which is pre-processed. Pre-processed means removing the image, separating out the images from the background. Then the next step will be feature extraction, that is feature techniques that is been applied. So we have seen different techniques. Then the output will be given to the classifier as a feature inputs, and the classifier will take an these images, these feature input images, and will classify into cat or non-cat. But when it recognizes there, the most important role is for the classifier is to get trained well. Otherwise, it will really it will be difficult for it to recognize it a cat or not cat. Henceforth, the matching of the closest image will take place in the classifier. So this is all about the image recognition, and machine learning algorithms will take a very important role to classify those images. Even how it has been very important, how it is surprisingly magical that humans once when see an face doesn't forget. Means what kind of algorithm is there in your head? I mean, it's difficult to mimic it. I mean, if you see only once the face of a person, second time you recognize it very easily. So that kind of algorithm is very hard, because even if you're going to recognize it, you need to train those images through the model, and lots and thousands of images has to be trained. Then it recognizes or finds the closest of that image. So our algorithm is tremendous. You just cannot compare it with anyone. Even if scientists are working, but still it's difficult to mimic what the brain can do. So now the next part will be the speech recognition by image processing, by machine learning. Now, it's no secret that science of a speech recognition has come along a way since IBM introduced the first speech recognition machine in 1962. So the IBM company has introduced first algorithm of speech recognition in 1962. As the technology has evolved, speech recognition has become increasingly embedded in everyday life with voice-driven applications with Amazon's Alexa, Apple Siri, Microsoft's Cortana, or many other voice responsive features of the Google. So we have seen that right from 1960 in 2020, we are seeing a lot of changes as far as the speech recognition is concerned. And it has kept on increasing only. And nowadays, what we are seeing is the Amazon's Alexa coming into the picture. It recognizes the voice, it recognizes the speech, and then responds. This is nothing but the best example of speech recognition by machine learning. From our phones, computer watches, and even our refrigerators, each new voice interactive devices that we bring into our lives deepens our dependence on artificial intelligence and machine learning. So you've been seeing that machine learning and AI is been getting introduced in these all things that is been moving around ourselves that we have been dealing with. That may be phones, computers, watches, or even refrigerators. All of them will be having the voice interactive devices nowadays. So these all things will is not, but for that thing you required the speech recognition by the machine learning. Machine learning, a subset of artificial intelligence, refers to the system that can learn by themselves. So obviously, machine learning is going to be very important role as far as the recognition is concerned. It involves teaching a computer to recognize patterns rather than programming it with the specific rules. So the algorithm actually recognizes some kind of pattern here. Even it may be an data, even it may be a text, even it may be an images, even it may be audio. Some kind of pattern is recognized. So that pattern recognition is nothing but the application what we see in machine learning. The training process involves feeding large amount of data to the algorithms and allowing to learn from that data and identify patterns. So how this pattern can be recognized? So obviously by training thousands and lakhs of data. The model has to be trained with it only, then only it can analyze or it can recognize. In the early days, the programmer would have to write a code for every object they want to recognize. Now, one system can recognize both by showing it many examples of each. Earlier, if you want to recognize a single object, a single thing, at that time, we have to recognize each and every object and you have to write down the code for that thing. But now one system can write down the code for you easily for many. As a result, these systems continue to get smarter over time without human interventions. Rave's automatic transcription is powered by the automated speech recognition, that is ASR, and NLP, that is natural language processing. Today we are going through a tremendous phase that now, after Alexa and all those things come into the picture, a lot of companies have been designing these kinds of devices. But the most important application where the speech recognition is moving is these two applications. So there is automatic speech recognition, that is ASR, and the second one is a natural language processing. So now you can see that after giving an input as a speech, your mobile phone or your computer is converting into a text. So speech to text recognition is very much easy nowadays. So even phone also, you can see that if you speak in English, it will convert it into that speech. If you speak in Marathi, it will be converted into the text. So all these things are becoming possible because of the recognition of the speech. ASR is the conversion of a spoken words to the text. So that what I have said. In your advanced mobile, in your smart mobiles, you can see these kind of text. While NLP is the processing of a text to drive its meaning. So दोनों में फर्क ये है कि फर्स्ट वाला जो है वो the first one is an automatic speech recognition, that is ASR, which is being useful for converting that spoken words to a text, whereas the natural language processing is the processing of a text to drive its meaning. Since human often speaks in colloquialism, abbreviations, and acronyms, it takes extensive computer analysis of natural language to produce accurate transcriptions. Teaching a machine to learn or read a spoken language as human does is something that hasn't yet been perfected. So obviously what we do is when machine learning to learn to read a spoken language as humans do, has been not at that much of perfected, but what we are moving towards it. Listening to and understanding what a person says is so much more than hearing the words that person speaks. As humans, we also read the person's eye, their face expressions, body language, and the tones and inflections in their voices. Another nuance of the speech is human tendency to shorten certain words, like I don't know becomes do know. So there are different ways you can recognize the speech. So there are shortcuts also. We have said abbreviated words for so long that we do not pronounce them as precisely as we have learned them. This human deposition poses yet another challenge to machine learning and speech recognition. Machines are learning to listen to accent, emotions, and inflections, but there is still quite a way to go. We are just in the beginning way, but there are a lot of things to go, because what humans can do still, to mimic that what humans can do, need lot of transactions, lot of transformations. As technology becomes more sophisticated and more data is used for specific algorithms, those challenges can be quickly overcome. The technology to support voice-powered interfaces is incredibly powerful. With the advancements in artificial intelligence and copious amounts of speech data that can be easily mined for machine learning purposes, it would not be surprising if it becomes the next dominant user interface. Various algorithms and computation techniques are used to recognize speech into text. So there are different algorithms where we are moving and converting the speech into text. So that will improve the accuracy of the transcriptions. So which are these algorithms? Some of them are the natural language processing, that is NLP. hidden Markov models, that is HMM, n-grams, the neural networks, and speaker diarization, that is SD. So these are some of the techniques where the speech is recognized and then converted into the text. Okay, we'll stop here, and next time we'll see the traffic predictions of the machine learning algorithms. So we have seen email spam and malware filtering, then image recognition, and then the speech recognition. So remember these some of the algorithms, some of the most commonly used methods, that is natural language processing, hidden Markov models, n-grams, neural networks, and speaker diarization. So in this thing, if you go with this one, neural networking, so this is very important role. Now I have seen that number of things, not only for the images, for the text, or for the input for audio, neural network, you'll find this neural network becoming very important in each and every phase. Even when I was doing my PhD research work, at that time I found that neural network plays a very important role, and I could say it gives a better results as compared to the other algorithms. So because neural network is completely like training the neurons, a single neuron, how it is trained, and then like single perceptron to multiple perceptron. So this neural network really plays a very important role, and you find that in number of applications, neural network will give you very nice results. So the speech recognition by machine learning and the image recognition we have seen today. So the next will be traffic and then self-driving cars. And last two will be after that, which will be virtual personal assistant, that is VPA, and then in medical diagnosis. So these are the things which we are going to see. And the most important is that we after finishing these points in your syllabus, we'll be going with practical sessions for 1 week. So up till 31st December, we'll be having a time. So we'll finish including all practicals also. So we'll be in touch with doing all these things. Okay, we'll go with the attendance. Roll number 1, 2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4, 5,
Present, sir.
6,
Yes, sir.
7, 8, 9.
Sir, 4.
Present, sir.
4 is there. Okay. 9,
Present, sir.
10, 11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
16 present, sir.
Okay. 17, 18, 19, 20,
Present, sir.
21, 22,
Present, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24,
Present, sir.
25, 26.
Present,
Present, sir.
Okay. 27.
Sir, 20.
Okay. 25, 26.
Present, sir.
Okay.
Present, sir.
27, 28, 29, 30,
Yes, sir.
31,
Yes, sir.
32,
Yes, sir.
33, 34,
Yes, sir.
35, 36, 37,
Present, sir. 35.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 38,
Present, sir.
39, 40,
Present, sir.
41, 42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44, 46,
Yes, sir.
47,
45 present.
47, 48,
Present.
49, 50, 51,
Yes, sir.
52, 53, 54, 55,
Yes, sir.
56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61,
Yes, sir.
62, 63, 64, 65,
Yes, sir.
66, 67,
Present, sir.
68, 69, 70, 71, 72.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any number that is missing out here?
Roll number 1.
Roll number 15.
Roll number 4.
16. 44.
44 is there. Okay.
66.
66. और कोई नंबर बाकी है?
35, sir.
35.
Say one number. A7.
7.
15.
15 आहे. अजून? Okay. We'll go with B. Roll number 1. Roll number 2.
Present, sir.
3.
Present, sir.
4.
Yes, sir.
5.
Present.
6.
Present, sir.
7. 8. 9. 10. 11.
Present.
12.
Present.
13.
Present, sir.
14. 15.
Present.
16.
Present.
17.
Present.
18.
Present.
19.
Present.
20.
Present.
21.
Yes, sir.
22.
Present.
23. 24.
Present. Present.
25.
Present.
26.
Present.
27.
Present.
28.
Present, sir.
29.
Present, sir.
30.
Present.
31.
Present.
32.
Present.
33.
Present, sir.
34. 35.
Present, sir.
Okay. 36.
Present, sir.
37.
Present.
38. Okay. 39. 40. 41. 42.
Present.
Okay. 43. 44. 45. 46.
Present.
47. 46 is there. 47.
Present, sir.
48. 49. 50.
Present, sir.
51. 52,
Present, sir.
53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58,
58 present.
59,
Present, sir.
60, 61,
Present, sir.
62, 63,
Yes, sir.
64, 65, 66, 67,
Present.
68, 69,
Present, sir.
70. Okay. Any other number?
B10. 8.
10. A8. Okay. Next.
B6, sir.
B6 is there. Next.
52, sir.
52. There is 52. Next. Okay. We'll stop here. Thank you.